My name's Charlie.
And my name's Katie.
And today we're going to be learning about space and science through the movement of dance with our friend Darcy. And today we're going to be looking up at the stars.
Thousands of years ago, people would look up at the same stars that we do today. They would join them together in a giant dot-to-dot drawing that we call constellations. And they'd use these constellations to tell them stories about their gods and mythical creatures.
Just like we might watch a film at home or see a show in our planetarium, this was their entertainment.
Here in the UK, the constellations we use derive from Greek mythology, but different cultures thought up different stories and constellations.
Like this Chinese star chart from over 1,000 years ago. On this Chinese star chart is one of the more well-known collection of stars called the Plough or the Big Dipper. This is an asterism, which means it's a smaller group of stars which is part of a bigger constellation.
A fun and tasty way you could make your own star chart is with cocktail sticks and mini marshmallows. To make the Plough, you'll need 7 marshmallows and some cocktail sticks to join them all together. There are 88 constellations in total, 44 of which we can see in the Northern Hemisphere. So why not have a go at making all 88 yourself? So we know what our constellations look like, but how do we spot them in the nighttime sky?
To get the best chance of finding constellations, you need to go out when it's dark to a place where there aren't many streetlights, out into the countryside or in a field. Let your eyes adjust to the dark for about half an hour and don't look at any lights. You might have some binoculars or a telescope that you could use as well.
To find the Plough at this time of year, you'll need to look northwest, a little bit above the horizon. If you want to check you're looking in the right place, there are lots of phone apps that can help you with this. The Plough is actually part of the constellation Ursa Major, which means Great Bear. It might be a bit hard to figure out how it looks like a bear, but you'll just have to use your imagination, just like the ancient Greeks did. People also use the stars to find their way. The Plough points to our North Star, or Polaris. To find this, you'll need to draw along the Plough, which looks a bit like a saucepan, all the way along the handle, down the pan, and take those last 2 stars. If you follow these 2 stars in a straight line, you'll find Polaris, the North Star. So now you know how to find the North Star, you'll know you'll never be lost.
Most of the constellations have their own story, and the story that we're going to be looking at today is about Queen Cassieopeia. First of all, let's find this constellation. If we look at it in marshmallows, it looks like a W shape in the sky.
You need to look northeast and slightly higher in the sky than the Plough. Cassieopeia is shown as a woman in a chair, looking into a mirror and sometimes brushing her hair. But there are more characters to this story.
Her daughter Andromeda is to the right of Cassiopeia, a little bit lower down. Then, next to her is Pegasus, the flying horse, who is ridden by the hero of our story, Perseus. Perseus is to the left of Andromeda, below Cassiopeia. Where there is a hero, there is always a villain, and the villain of this story is Cetus, the sea monster. Cetus will appear later in the evening than the other constellations and is looking southeast in the night sky.
Now that we have our characters, we need some dance moves to go along with them. So over to Darcy to show us what they are. Make sure you're all warmed up and have plenty of space to move around.
Hi
everyone, my name is Darcy and I'm from Moving Together Dance Company. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take everything we've learned about the constellations and the characters and we're going to pop them into some movement. We're going to be working with Cassiopeia, the queen, Andromeda, the princess, Perseus, the hero, Pegasus, the flying horse, and Cetus, the sea monster. Some of the moves you are going to learn today are from our lovely Space Cadets. So for our dance section today, we're going to be thinking about each character and the way in which they might move. So firstly, we've got Cassiopeia, the beautiful queen. And for our movement for Cassiopeia, what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand, we're going to push it underneath our chin, and then we're going to flick it away really, really nice and high. So it brushes underneath our chin and it flicks up, and I want you to look at that hand as you flick it up as if you're kind of doing a bit of a royal wave. So underneath and flick. Fantastic. Then we're going to stick with Cassiopeia, and from there, due to the fact she's a queen, we need to remember to pop our crown on. So our other hand is going to join us and we're going to wear our crown. So for Cassiopeia, we go underneath the chin and flick, grab the crown, pop it on your head. Fantastic. We now move on to Andromeda. We're just going to go down the list. So Andromeda is our princess, and what we're going to do is we're going to push our hands down as if we are sort of brushing our dress. Okay, so from the crown, we pop it down, we brush our dress, and then with our hands still out here, we're going to do a lovely big turn on the spot. Okay, so let's add that to Cassiopeia. So underneath the chin, flick it at the top, pop your crown on, brush down your dress, and have a little spin around. Fantastic. So after Andromeda, after we've done our lovely spin, we move on to Perseus, who is our hero. And we need to think about the fact that he is strong and he is brave. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into this lovely strong pose, show me your biceps and hold up those arms. So from here, we're going to cross it in front of our face and push it down to our sides. So we come into this lovely big pose, our arms cross over in front of our face and then they push down and out. Remember, the whole time our hands need to stay in fists to show our hero's fighting spirits. Okay, so strong pose, cross them over, push them out. Now we're going to stick with Perseus for one more move, and we're going to do a lovely big kick to the front. So I don't mind which leg you use, you can use whichever leg you like. I'm going to use my left leg, and I'm going to step, and I'm going to do a lovely big kick to the front. Okay, so from our strong pose, we cross and push down, we step and we kick in front as if we're about to fight off Cetus, the sea monster. Let's rewind back to the beginning. Cassiopeia, who remembers how we started with our beautiful queen? Well done if you remembered that you must brush your hand under your chin, you flick it up top like you're doing your royal wave, pop on your crown, brush down your dress for Andromeda, have a lovely spin, and then we're on to Perseus. So we've got a lovely big pose, strong pose, we cross and down, we step and kick. Fantastic. Let's try that to some music. 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn 7, 8, Perseus, 2, 3, 4, and step and kick. So well done for trying that with the music. We're going to go on and add on Pegasus and Cetus, and then we'll try it again all together at the end. So we've just finished with our lovely big kick to the front. We've done step, kick. From there, we're going to be Pegasus, and obviously Pegasus is our flying horse. So we're going to get our wings out. So our wings are going to push up and down and up and down. We're going to do 2 big sort of flaps of our wings. As you do that, if you'd like to, you can add in a bend of your knees, okay? Just if you'd like to. So, 2 big flaps of our wings. Ready? 6, 7, 8, go up and down, up and down. Fantastic. Then we come to our evil sea monster. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to wiggle it forwards towards me. So it wiggles forwards until your arm is lovely and straight, and then this arm is going to come to the top and we're going to drop it all the way down. From there, our last move is you're going to lead with your head, and your head is going to wiggle all the way back up to standing, like Cetus might wiggle out of the sea. Okay, so from Pegasus, our flying horse, we've just done our big kick of Perseus. We've got our 2 flaps of our wings. We then take our right arm and we wiggle it forwards. We take it up and we reach it down. We then take our head all the way back up again. Fabulous. Shall we try it all the way from the beginning? Let's give it a go. So Cassieopeia, our beautiful queen. We go underneath, flick, pop on your crown. Then we go on to Andromeda. We brush down our dress. We take a lovely spin. Then we've got Perseus. We do strong pose, cross and down, give it a big kick out to the front. Then we've got Pegasus, our flying horse, 2 big flaps of the wings. Fantastic. And then we finish with Cetus. We've got our right hand coming forwards. We bring it up and down, and then our head just rippling all the way back up. So now we've learned our movements for all of our characters. Hopefully this will really help you to remember all of the constellations in our sky and the story behind them. So now we know them all, shall we see what we can remember? And let's try it with the music. Right, are you ready, guys? 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn 7, 8, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready? Pegasus, Cetus, and down and wind it up. Fantastic, well done.
Now we know the moves, we're going to add these to the story, and we've got some props here to help us out.
Once upon a time, a very long time ago, there was a queen named Cassieopeia. And Cassieopeia thought she was the most beautiful woman on all of planet Earth. She even boasted that she was more beautiful than the mermaids in the ocean.
This angered Poseidon, the god of the sea, who sent his sea monster, Cetus, to destroy Cassieopea and all of her kingdom. The only way that Cassiopeia could save her kingdom was to sacrifice the one thing she loved most in the world, even more than herself, and that was her daughter, Andromeda.
So Andromeda was taken down to the rocks on the beach, where she would be sacrificed to Cetus, the sea monster. But luckily, our story has a hero, and his name is Perseus.
He used Medusa's head to turn Cetus into stone. Cetus then sank to the bottom of the ocean, never to be seen again.
Perseus then freed Andromeda, and they both flew off on Pegasus to live happily ever after. But it wasn't a happily ever after for Queen Cassiopeia. Poseidon was angry that he hadn't got his revenge on her, and so he decided to place the queen up in the stars. But he did so upside down. And of course this meant that all of Queen Cassiopeia's clothes flowed above her head, her hair was a mess, and the queen was no longer the most beautiful woman on all of planet Earth. And Poseidon had got his revenge. The end.
So, by all means, give that another go if you'd like to. Have another go and see how much you can remember. But also, if you'd like to add on to our routine, why not find out some more about some other constellations, think about their characters, and add on some movement of your own. Thank you so much for joining in with us every week for our dance activities. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope to dance with you again soon.
Thank you for joining us on our STEAM-powered series. We hope you enjoyed dancing with us.
So remember to keep dancing and exploring space.
And why not make your own constellation dance video and send it through to us?
We'll see you then.
Bye.